So we met Blinkvoice and their team at the SLS event that we sponsored with Patrick at Mar-a-Lago. And it's been about 45, 50 days since we met them. They signed on for us to basically comb through all their systems, their process, sales team, and figure out where we can drive a lot more revenue. So we figured might make sense for us to go out there. Filippo, Justin, Randy, their whole team is pretty fucking awesome. So we're gonna go out there. I'm headed to Miami Airport to meet up with Ryan, who you guys will meet later in this video. And yeah, we're headed out there, myself, Dean, Ryan, Trevor, and Gavin, who's behind the camera. So we're bringing out our PMO, our head of sales fulfillment for the system side and the architecture, and then Dean, who is basically our lead consultant and one of our investors. So yeah, it's gonna be a cool video. And like I said, this will be the first one that we bring a camera to. So you guys will get a little behind the scenes view on kind of how we run these things, what we talk about, and you'll get to meet the Blinkvoice team and some of the Sales Momentum team as well. So with that being said, we'll see you guys in New York.
What's up, y'all? Just flew a few members of the team down here to beautiful Long Island. We're headed to the Blinkvoice headquarters to wrap up an audit, get a nice scope of work locked in, and build them a beautiful CRM.
How we feeling, boys? Very, very good. Very, very good.
Just like double alone.
There's all the programming, everything, so I'll probably rope with it.
Yeah. When we go to the checked out the site, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like a secret door.
We ran this whole space out as well. With a bar, they changed around like crazy. It's like kind of versatile, so you can change and put different, make a different set here, shoot podcasts and all that stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
It's an actual wall where they had it here when the building was like built, so they kept it here.
Dude, this is
awesome.
This is the most badass office ever.
Yeah. How do you guys use this room right here?
They've actually we've done like small banquets in here actually.
For sales competition, like people set up, we'll do like themes stuff, like stupid stuff.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
Yeah.
nice.
Oh yeah.
How much content are you guys actually producing?
Not as much as we should have. We have some. So they get the walls, so you can go the seams, you can get it slow up.
Yep.
They shoot music videos, they do all kinds of stuff, so, you know. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, super cool.
We're going to go through each engine in the process, but a lot of it's probably going to be talking about how we want to do the actual go live transition, training, onboarding, like what that whole process looks like for you guys. Fortunately, everybody's here, so you guys can really drill it, and you guys can put some badass leaderboards together. We can throw some stuff on TVs. We can roll a competition out that'll help adoption, but we got to get super clear on that. Yeah. We do onboarding, we do training. We'll help you guys roll out internal campaigns, so like adoption campaigns, so some kind of competition for each role. Yeah, we'll help you guys basically all the way through the back end period, which is just a support period. Cool. So essentially how these projects roll, once we officially close out the audit and have a scope, and where you guys are clear, we're clear, we go into implementation. Implementation is phased. So each phase has a phase gate at the end, that's sign off, right? Everything's good. We'll have a go live. When we hit that go live, that's when we'll basically push the migration, make sure everything's good, right? We're thumbs up, awesome. Then we go into onboarding and training, and then we basically push things live. If they need these in X amount of time, then they're gonna get promoted, right? And then they would go to your guys' junior role, right? Or your year, end of the month, end of the quarter, right? They get recognition. But these three are definitely 100%, like absolutely. The goal is with this last milestone, this last ladder in the promotion, is that you're collecting training assets every single time somebody moves up. Like that's the goal, right? So every single time you have a trainee that crushes it, they move up to basically the SDR role. All right, what did you not learn that you needed to, that you had to go learn on yourself? What were simple things that we can add into the training, make it better? You know, your best blank, 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 who helped you the most, whatever. You're just gathering data every single time somebody promotes. The sales director, or in our case, it was a CRO. So when I left sales director, I went to CRO. So I was overseeing all of it because I was just responsible for revenue at that point. So training, this, that, all that stuff became basically the priority of the VP.
Yeah.
Right? And then the VPs were tracked on percentage to goal of their grouping, their department, basically. Right? So that's how we did it, and it worked well, but you can kind of see like we were always trying to fill in a form of a pod. That's how we were recruiting, that's how we were hiring. Got the New York pizza. We're working off about a 400-foot TV.
This thing is awesome to eat.
I know.
What we go over so far? High level overview.
Went through pod structures, went through KPIs, zoning, progressional promotion from the bottom up, how to set up basically KPIs for red zone, yellow zone, green zone, how that matches into milestones, how milestones match into promotion, and how those promotions basically fill out an org structure for the sales department. Now we're about to go into marketing process, sales process, and then tie it back to the architecture for HubSpot.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
My name is Justin. I'm one of the partners at Blinkvoice. We just wrapped up the first day. I thought it was very, very productive. One of the things I could definitely say was they came prepared. So that we covered a lot of different topics. We went through the entire pretty much process. They were very efficient, and I think we killed the first day. Crushed it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark Cruz. I work with Blinkvoice Sales Society. Okay, so right now we have, this is more or less the training island. Okay, so I teach these guys how to find their voice. Okay, I teach these guys tonality. I teach these guys how to overcome objections, smoke screens, and all that. So if you see here, this is Luke, and he's really grown he really found his voice the other day, right? A lot of people looking at the script are like, oh, how do I memorize this script? One, people buy you first, right? So what I teach them is be yourself, be organic, right? Sell yourself first, the product comes after, and then you can get into it, you know? So that's what we learned here on this island. As far as the zoning, right? My guys are making up to 150 to 250 calls every single day. So that's where these zones come in right over here, where it's green zone, yellow zone, or red zone. You definitely don't want to be in the red zone. That's a no good. You want to be in yellow zone, but striving to go green. So that's what we do.
What this does is when you guys get together and look at forecasted for the quarter or whatever the case may be, if you guys want to make the next jump in terms of revenue or whatever the case may be, it's like, all right, well, what are our pods producing? Like if our pods on average over the next 3 months do 500K, do we trade up talent for the bottom SDRs? Our AE's not closing right, so we need to give the juniors a shot and potentially do some trade ups. Do we want to start a new pod? Right? Like now you're making the decision based on like what's the format going to produce the most of, because just adding more bodies means more overhead, right? And if our goal is to get margins up and get people in here making way more money, then it should be like, how do we stay lean with the pod structure equaling what we need out of it first?
When you promote someone to team leader, right? Like they have that interview and you say, okay, yeah, you're ready for team leader. Do you give them one SDR? Do you give them 2, 3 right out of the gate? Like what would you suggest? Because, you know.
Great question. So let's say AE's ready to go to the next, right? You interview 2 or 3 of them.
Sure.
You guys pick frickin' Paul, right?
Right.
Cool, Paul. Our next training round, right? Our next new hire group is coming in on the 1st. This is the 27th, right? We're going to train them, right? You're going to move when we're ready to promote these people to SDR. So we've got a 30-day basically build up to start your pod.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
And how many people would you say for that team lead? Like to start, would you give them more than one SDR?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
3 SDRs.
Okay, cool.
Question, you have all the SDRs in a pool, right? So you would do like a round robin when the sets come about?
Yeah.
Okay. Like right now I have an issue where we have one guy, we all really like him, but it's gonna take a while to get him good, and one guy's been taking the brunt of his production quota.
Right, yeah, the sets should be, so you can either do weighted, so team lead gets booked first, always, right? And then you overflow to AEs, right? So he's always first one full, and then it waterfalls, or you can just do literal equal round robin. So if you have 4 setters and each one sets 1 deal, those could go to anybody, right?
Hey everyone, my name is Filippo Balia, one of the founders of Blinkvoice, and we had Sales Momentum come out for 2 days, and it was an awesome experience. Really, it was more of a very hands-on approach, and I feel like when you're migrating such a big company to another CRM software, you need that hands-on approach, so we appreciated that.
What makes you want to make the switch over? Like what got your gears rolling to switch over to a different platform?
Scaling. So we're in a building phase, and in order to build correctly, you can't build a house. It has to be built on solid ground. So we feel like a HubSpot migration would be the best move to be able to build up and scale, and that's why we brought you guys down.